How much did you spend on her wedding ring?
Oh, that's a question you should definitely be asking strangers in the middle of the street.
That's a lot. So, I mean, show it. I mean, go ahead. It's a decent amount. So if you look up like a 3-carat diamond, it's a decent amount I spent on her. But she deserves even more.
Sure, but realistically.
Realistically, the real world. Why? Do you have another word that isn't real or something?
How much was it? 35K? 35K, yeah.
35,000 bucks.
Yeah.
So he spent that much on a wedding ring for you as a gesture. What does he get in return?
Oh, again, being romantic. God. God, why would you ask that to complete strangers in the middle of the street? Like, you would go, imagine, one day you think, oh God, I have a great idea of content to the internet. It's gonna help the world. And it's like, a guy goes to, like, Miami, and then he stops couples in the middle of the street and be like, how much? How much is her wedding ring? How much is her wedding ring? Tell me.
I think I should answer that.
Yeah, because that's a very disrespectful question.
So I get a partner that's loyal. I get the mother of my children. I get the most beautiful woman that I've ever, been around. And the most important thing is how she treats me and how she treats my family and how she treats her family. So for me, I have a partner for life, and it's worth every investment there is.
Okay. But a lot of people would say...
A lot of people who? He says like, oh, because a lot of people would say, a lot of people who? A lot of people would say that black's better than white. But who are those people?
You could have the same thing, a partner for life, the mother of your kids, without dropping 35K in a ring.
But when did he say that he couldn't have the love of his life if he didn't spend 35K in a ring?
You could, and money's not an issue. Like, if you can get a cheap ring and it's the person that's for you, whatever, but it also depends on how much you make. So if you make a lot and you can drop a lot on them, that's totally fine. But if you can drop a lot on your partner, that's totally fine. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you drop on your partner, as long as the relationship between you two is very special and how much, you guys care about each other is the most important.
And okay.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and did you have any like expectations as far as ring prices, or you would have been fine if it was like a ring pop or something?
I don't understand. Why would you go ask random people those questions? Like, why does it matter to you? And also, like, why is the price the most important thing about them? I think there's many things about them that can be much more important than the price of the ring. Like, you could ask, when did you know that she was the love of your life and decided to ask her? When did you match? Like, why would you go on the street and ask those kinds of questions when you're only thinking about money?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like you said, when he gave it to me, I was like, how much was this? That doesn't matter. He just gave me something that he wanted to put on me to make me his wife, and it happens to be something that he really spent a lot on, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter the price to me. I don't care. Like, I'm with...
Look at the guy's face. He wanted to answer like, well, if it was less than $20,000, I wouldn't marry. I wouldn't have accepted. But he didn't get that answer, so now he's gonna...
My partner for life, and that's what matters to me.
How old are you guys?
28.
I'm 36.
And how long have you been together?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. Has he proposed to you yet?
No.
No, not yet. It's coming. It's coming.
You can see by the guy's posture. The guy is answering the questions. Look at his posture. You can see that this man, he's not feeling insecure at all. Like, but he's not insecure.
Basically, how long would you be willing to wait?
I'd say about 2 more years.
2 more years. If he doesn't do it, you're out.
Possibly.
No, ain't no possibility. She stuck for good. She stuck until I fucked up. She stuck.
You better put a ring on it.
I'm gonna put a ring on it, so
You better put a ring on it.
ain't no question.
You don't think 3 years was long enough?
No. Because you got to get to know each other, and
it's the way we met. It's just like, all right, yeah, we met in a certain kind of way.
How did you meet? How did you meet? Because I feel like the way he's talking sounds like she was the mistress in his prior relationship. Sounds like he had a relationship with another girl, and then she was the mistress. But sounds like that. I'm not saying it is, okay?
It's just like,
Wait, what you mean certain kind of way?
I mean,
Yeah, he found that too. And he's very disrespectful, so he's not gonna be ashamed of asking.
through social media, and then our, like, the people, our mutual friends is just like people we know kind of the same people, and it's just like, it just kind of happened just to happen.
You guys live together now?
We met through the internet, but social media, but the people we met, we know, we have mutual friends. What the hell are you saying? I cannot understand that. I didn't understand a thing about the way that they met. Like, did they meet through friends or through social media?
No?
Yes.
A year and a half. Yeah.
So why would he put a ring on it then if he's already getting everything?
That's a good question. He's getting a wifey. Okay, you got it.
What?
Why would you put a ring on it if we already live together? If I'm already doing wifey
Because
shit.
I genuinely love you.
Oh. So when you plan on proposing, you starting something.
I'm just asking.
God, it's so sad that like the first woman didn't have to like ask him like that, and God, it's sad that she has to be like pushing him to ask her to marry him, to marry her.
Questions.
No, I watch TikTok all day. I watch TikTok all day. I think you started.
You started something.
No, when I'm willing to do it.
Look at his happiness seeing that he made a couple get into a fight. The first couple that were happily in love, this man were like, he was, but now that he's seen that he made a couple fight, he's like, yeah, woo! He loves seeing people miserable.
When it's least expected. It's going to be unexpected.
When she least expected. When is that? Do we know? No, we don't.
How long have you been together?
Like 4.5 years?
No, 5 now.
Well, yeah, I guess 5 now.
5 years.
Yeah.
And how'd you propose to her?
Oh my God, it was insane. So I planned an entire trip with her family, my family in Florence. Her
Look, the interviewer is sweating. He's hating that they're doing so fine.
favorite was Florence. So she told me about
South Carolina?
No, Florence, Italy.
Oh, okay.
So she told me
Florence, South Carolina? No, Florence, Italy. Like, the guy asked the girl to marry him with a 35,000 ring. Do you think he's gonna ask her to marry him in South Carolina? Like, in Florence?
city. She studied abroad there. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I need to propose to her in Florence. So I did a lot of research. I helped her family plan the trip to Florence. I helped my family plan a trip to Florence.
This is all behind our back.
It's funny to see how happy he was when the other couple was fighting, and how sad, how like critical and sad not sad, he's like kind of mad, kind of sad, I don't know. This couple isn't fighting, they're doing very fine. Like, because most of the time when people talk about good life experience to other people, to other person, the other person like smiles and I'm like, oh, it's so good. Yes, he's not. It's like,
All behind her back.
no idea.
So for 2 days, I was running through Florence, and every time I would see my family, I would text them, get the hell out of here, whatever. I took her to the highest point, so where you see everything, Monte Vecchio, right?
Yeah.
You see everything, and I proposed to her right there. I was so nervous that I didn't even say anything but will you marry me, because I was insanely nervous.
No, did you expect that? It was going to be 4 years in, or like, what was your expectation?
I feel like it was a long time coming, but I didn't really like expect it. It was definitely a surprise. Yeah.
So ideally, how soon would you have wanted him to? When did you know?
see, he's trying to create an intrigue there. Like, oh my, why does he want so much for this other couple to fight too? Like, they're doing fine, dude. Get over. You look lonely. Stop.
I mean, I always knew he was like the one. I always saw a future together, and you know, like I said, like we always get along really well, and like we have like the same mindset where we know where we want to be and what we want to do with our lives. So I always kind of knew. I feel like when you find the right person, you're just gonna know.
And you know.
Expectations for how much the ring should cost?
No, she don't care about like that.
The interviewer asked the questions to the lady here, and the guy decides to answer. Like, if he was a good interviewer, he would say, like, I'm asking her, not you. Like, I want to know her answer, not what he wants her to answer.
I'm not materialistic in prices. So.
She's really more so a thoughtful girl. Like it's a thought in there.
$1,500 ring would be just fine with you.
No.
Don't say no. Don't show up. Don't say no. Because when did anybody ever propose to you?
How happy he gets when a couple fights. When a couple is talking about their happy life and how good it was, the way that he asked her on marriage, he's like. But when the other couple start fighting, he's like. He's super happy. Like, come on, man. You make me sad for you. Like, you like to see people miserable. That's not cool.
Nobody proposed to me yet.
Exactly. So why would a $1,500 ring mean anything?
Got a good question.
Exactly.
But that's what I expect.
No, that's what you expect, and it's because you're too picky.
Okay. Guess I'm too picky then.
To pick a Jew. Like, do you really think she's so picky? Like, I'm not saying anything, but in my opinion, gotta forget about it.
I know you too picky. And listen, I can read people like a book, so it's just like.
Oh, he's an intellectual, man. Oh God, he's so smart.
Just love each other very much.
Yeah, I love this girl so much.
And like, he likes to see other people miserable. He loves to see other people miserable. When people are happy, he's like, when people are fighting or they're not like getting along super well, he's like.
A ring doesn't matter. A ring doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. It matters in a certain aspect, but how thought process is just like, I kind of think a ring is just, it symbolizes like, or it's materialistic. So why do I need a ring to show you my love and dedication to you when I do that on a daily basis?
You can show her your love every day and also give her a ring. One thing has nothing to do with the other. They're not connected. I mean, they are kind of connected, but like, it doesn't matter. You can give her a nice ring and also treat her well and show her love every day. There's no difference.